My name's Aaron. I'm a 47-year-old male, bit of a cyclist, fitness freak, and for the past week, just over a week, I've been in a bit of a bad way. Tell you the story that happened. Monday morning I woke up, went to do my usual 5 a.m. walk, then go and exercise in the garage, and completed all of that. And then whilst I was stretching off, just doing some light gentle stretching, my back went into spasm, and about half an hour I was stuck on my back in the garage thinking, how do I get out of here? My wife's upstairs, my phone's the other side of the garage. Managed to get myself indoors, and sadly, having breakfast, back went into spasm again. So for the past 5 weeks, not 5 weeks, 5 days, I was off work. I say 5 days, it was 5 days last week, returned to work Monday, Tuesday this week, and then Wednesday, Thursday, which is today, I'm off again. So the back's in spasm. If I try and sit up, move around too much, it's absolutely horrendous. Something's gone wrong with my SI joint. So today, I'm doing something that I've never done before, and I'm booking myself into a chiropractor. And we're going to see if he can fix me. Bit of background story. 2006, I was out on my motorcycle with a few friends and sadly got involved with an RTC, hit another car. Wasn't my fault, which was great. Doesn't alleviate what happened. But I ended up with what is known as a 5-inch displacement of the pubis. So your pubis or your pelvis is held together by fibrous ligaments at the front. And I managed to tear through them to the point where they called it a 5-inch open book fracture, which means that basically the pubis at the front split right open and my legs are akimbo. So that involved them putting an external fixator on myself, and I think I was in hospital for about a month, and then they let me go home, and I was bedbound for 3 months with this external fixator. And my good lady wife, she was my girlfriend at the time, she was cleaning the wound sites daily. I was a larger chap at the time, so every time I moved, because you've got these fixated pins into your hips, your skin's moving up and down, and throughout the day your wounds coagulate, scab up, and it's not very nice. But hey ho, we got through that. Got through the years in a wheelchair, and I still ride. Not motorcycles, but I ride bicycles nowadays, and they keep the old brain matter happy. So yeah, at the moment I'm off the bike. That's hard enough in itself. Testing myself on my bike. One of the things I love doing most is climbing. Not built like a climber. I used to be 140 kilos, down at 78 kilos now, and FTP kicks in. FTP at last test was 318, so I think I'm about 400 watts, 4 watts per kilo. But I need to get myself back up on my feet, on my bike, because in 5 weeks I'm off to the Dolomites. I'm going to be riding up all the big alpine or Italian lumps. But until then, and until I see this chiropractor, I'm stuck walking around using a walking stick and snacking on codeine, phosphate, and the good old-fashioned diazepam. I don't like the diazepam. It knocks me out. It's good for muscle relaxing, but if I take this, then I just lay around all day sleeping, and I don't like that. But thankfully, the tour of Slovenia is on at the moment, so I can watch that. And here comes my good lady wife with a peppermint tea for me. Thank you.
Nada.
So what we're going to do first is we're going to check the whole spine, so I'm just going to check every segment.
Mm-hmm.
What I'll just run for you is I'll just tell you which segment can relate to what area of the body can be affected.
Okay.
So you always remember, I'll try for this as kind of your world. When you have a big business you're looking after, there's many factors and things to encompass and control and be aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Think of the brain of you being this, and each segment relates to each little intricate part of that business. And when the system starts to go wrong, you can go, right, that goes to this, where this leads to this, and you can make, that's your diagnosis of helping that person or the business.
Yeah.
I do this for a spine, for the body. Same principles, I just use the spine to find out what segments being affected and then balance them out by getting motion into them.
Cool.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So we're going to check you from top to bottom, so let me know if it needs to point at tender, C1 on the right, C1 on the left, so left's a bit tender, 2, and again left, 3, 4, 5, right-sided, 6, right-sided, 7 is okay. 1 and 2 up here usually relates to face and like eye, so headaches, migraines. 2 is back of the skull. 4 and 5, shoulder and traps, and then across here, 6 goes to your thumb and your index finger.
Okay.
So it just means that things can travel more around that way. So, but definitely some tension up here. Do you ever get any headaches?
Not usually headaches, but kind of neck ache.
Okay, yeah. So this is T1, T2, T3, T4. So these aren't too bad. 5, 6, 7, a bit there. 8 is definitely there. 9, 10, 11, 12. They're definitely tender here. So 7, 8, usually they're part of the lower digestive systems, more like stomachy areas that can relate to that. Obviously, what I explained to you is when there's been like a segment affected, there's affected a nerve around it. You can have a joint that just doesn't move and it's got no nerve interference at all. Okay, there's different things. So, for example, 11 and 12, they're your major nerves, your adrenal glands. Adrenal glands are fight or flight.
Yeah.
So usually if I pick up like this and then I pick up here, you're 6, it just tells me the system's under stress.
Okay.
But obviously you're in pain, so it usually does mean that you're under stress anyway, doesn't it? So this is L1, L2, yeah, L3, L4, and L5, yeah. So 5 is the one, isn't it, for sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 4's a little bit, but when you go, you feel bits, but you can feel like when I'm getting low down, like, there's the point.
Yeah.
So if I stretch this,
yeah.
better stay same or worse?
It feels worse.
And then this way?
Not too bad.
Okay, so that's on this right side. This
Yeah.
muscle here,
Yeah.
and then this is your, so just so you know, I'm telling you something just because you'll probably be interested. This muscle here is the protective muscle for the low back.
Yeah.
Its name is quadratus lumborum. People call it QR muscle, it's just easier to say it than most things like a Harry Potter spell that.
Yeah.
So, but what it is, it attaches to the pelvis to T12, the rib.
Yeah.
So what it does when it shortens this,
Yeah.
and when you feel it go, that's what shortens it. That's what also makes you lean to one side.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So that's why those people do it. It's a protective mechanism, like rolling the ankle, the whole leg goes in protective mode, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We have that for every single joint in the human body. So in the spine, we have specific, you know, I can tell more one side than the other. We have muscles that are called your multifidi, they're tiny little muscles that interact with the one above and below, and they will guard on one side as a protective mechanism. That's the difference between a knee and a spine, is that you have from coccyx all the way down to the base of the skull, 33 segments. So we have lots of ways to compensate.
Yeah.
With a knee, you've got no way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the very difference of where the complexities of the spine come from. But beyond that, they're the same as any other joint, principle-wise, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to come check the 6 systems. So let me press 6 points in the back of the head. Again, this time let me know if any of these are tender. They're like a bruisey feeling, more like this was like sharpier down here.
Yeah.
But if you have more than one, let me know which one's the most tender, okay? So this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1's a bit, so is 5, so is 6. Which one's more? 1, 5, 6.
Say 5.
5 makes sense, you predicted 5 too. So muscular system. 1 is glandular system, so it's like the feeling of grogginess, not 100%, like real groggy, that feeling. 6 is your stress response. So heart rate, blood pressure has typically been higher. 5 was the muscular system's aches, pains and discomforts. Also it relates to shock in the system. So if something shocked the system, the body can hold on to it.
Yeah.
And then it presents in the muscular system. So that where, and then what typically happens is we'll be doing stuff and it reminds us of it, and then body guards.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not going to come, whatever that means to you, we're going to come clear the system out. When I come back and check, I'll check 1, 5 and 6 again, and when your body's back in the balance, none of them will feel tender anymore.
Okay.
If they still do, it means they've got more work to do. Cool. Okay. So this is the stuff you see online now, by the way, what we're going to do. So we're going to adjust your spine, you're going to feel movement. This won't be painful, but you're going to feel some movement, okay?
Yeah. Ooh.
All good?
Yeah.
You respond the first time. There we go. Nice. Okay. Let's lay on that shoulder, face me this way. Come through, come through, come through. Hold. Straighten the bottom one, bend the top one. Okay. I won't pin this too much in there again. Let it keep coming.
Oh! Wow.
Yeah. That was needed. That was needed. Probably your back for me. There we go. So just so you aware, if you watch the videos of me adjusting and stuff like that, whenever I have anyone who's had any surgeries on the side, I never pin the leg, because I want to put pressure on the hip or the knee anywhere. So that's why you didn't feel me until I adjusted you.
Yeah.
But it means it usually means I get more leverage on you, see. Okay. Right, turn it up, yeah. There you go.
Is that?
Well, let's see how you're moving first. I want to see you walking first.
Wow, I tell you what, you'd like that clicking.
Is it like a high click clack, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Feels better.
Yeah.
Still tender, but
Yeah.
I can see, I know that would be where it's all bruised right there.
You just got to go through, like, your body needs, like, now you're moving there, your body can just have to rip, but like, you wait hours and times, like, you feel those back to this. Because now we set everything, so body can start to move again.
Yeah.
So, which is good when I work with people that actually move their bodies, because it's very easy to notice. But it's just something that says about the leg, because it's harder for them to notice, because they don't move much.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
So we're going to come check these again, though, by the way. So let's go face down again. So I'm going to check 1, 5 and 6.
I feel I'm moving already better.
Yeah. And just keep encouraging to move in. It's a bit like rolling and having cool, like just keep encouraging it to move more and more and more. Just like enjoy the feeling of it moving. So just reset everything. So it's not going to move better. And then once it starts to move better, like all the things that you do is just going to help it.
Yeah.
But that's why I dig into the other stuff, because, and there's other stuff I would mention today, to be fair, that I could mention if you wanted to, about like how to regulate the system more. But generally for you, most men that are very physically able, we need just, your biggest downfall usually is emotion, typically. So, right, there's 1, 5, 6. How are they?
Literally nothing.
Good, okay, perfect. Good.
So I've just had the alignment done, and be completely honest, wow, absolutely wow. He cracked my back, like the centre of my back, went down, put me on my sides, and before I knew it, I didn't even have a chance to worry about being popped to one side and realign my pelvis before I even knew. And then from there, on my back, crack, both sides of my neck. I've never felt this good. I'm amazed, absolutely amazed. I honestly don't know what to say. I just thought that pain, stiffness was something that I was going to live with for the rest of my life after my bike accidents. And oh my God, I can't wait to get back on my bike. I'm going to be able to cycle, I'm going to be able to train again. God, do you know what? I'm actually quite emotional. Wow. So I just had to cut that a bit short because I honestly thought I was going to cry. Fucking hell. Ooh, still feel like it now. Yeah, so I was quite concerned about going and seeing a chiropractor. Never seen one before, seeing them doing it online. And you see them cracking and you think, Jesus, that must really hurt. I feel like a newborn baby. I honestly do. I've got a bit of tenderness around where my hip was, where my muscles have been in spasm for the past 9 days or so. But my body doesn't feel like it's protecting itself now. I feel free, easy to move. and I'm going to be able to ride my bike again. Oh, here comes the emotions again. I'm going to be able to start training for the Dolomites, and yeah, thank you, Dr. Luke. Really, thank you, mate. You've really helped me.